the morality can be questioned, but now the YSRCP is saying the TDP also did it when they were in government. That time nobody had a problem. Now you are going after Jagan Reddy, just because he may have splurged a little bit.
Padmaja, the TDP spokesperson is obviously doing a good job of rebutting what the YSRCP panelist has to say. I just want your audience to know one thing, that you initially mentioned in your introduction that this 500 crore mansion built atop a hill facing, water bodies, this is to the tune of 9.88 acres. And I found out that actually this hilltop is called Heritage Hilltop. And the entire area that was supposed to be redeveloped was worth 61 acres. And these 61 acres के लिए विशाखापट्टनम टाउन प्लानिंग अथॉरिटी से परमिशन ली गई थी, टूरिज्म डिपार्टमेंट से परमिशन ली गई थी, एनवायरनमेंट मिनिस्ट्री से परमिशन ली गई थी, that the 61 acres will be redeveloped by the Jagan Mohan Reddy admin only for building flats and amenities for poorer sections of the society. And for that, Jagan Mohan Reddy had also sanctioned 357 crores. I want to know, instead of building homes for the poor and the marginalized on this 61-acre worth of land, how is it that Jagan Mohan Reddy ended up building a mansion for himself worth 500 crores on 9.88 acres? Point number one. And point number two is that the local dailies in Andhra Pradesh say that the then tourism minister R.K. Roja, who used to report into Jagan Mohan Reddy, said that he was against this. Kannan Babu, a senior IAS officer who was monitoring this mansion construction to the tune of 500 crores, he has also said that he was against this opulence, but Jagan Mohan Reddy did not listen. His own tourism minister R.K. Roja, who was tourism minister till a few months back, has called out the bluff of Jagan Mohan Reddy. So I want to ask the YSRCP panelists, are you denying the statements made by Kannan Babu, your IAS officer? Are you denying the statements made by your ex-tourism minister R.K. Roja, who has actually put Jagan Mohan Reddy in the dock?
Okay, Suman Siraman, clearly the purpose of that area was something else, and then something else entirely was done.
Padmaja, first of all, we need the documents from the APTDC to allege any kind of scam. Are we saying that this was opulent and this was not necessary? Yes, probably it was not necessary, but then that's a subjective thing. Every government has spent crores of public money on fancy stuff for themselves. KCR, I remember in Telangana on Pragati Bhavan, I think at one RTI said that they spent 50 crores on renovating and so on. So look, this, first of all, there are two things. Has there been an illegality committed? Or is it just to throw some mud on Jagan and say that he has blown up public money in a big way on this project? So if we want to allege that something illegal has been done, then you need the documents to establish that. You need the documents to say that procedures were violated, permissions were not obtained, the purpose of use was changed without the appropriate sanctions from the government. So all of those are required. Right now, all we have is, bathtub is 35 lakh, this one is commode is 12 lakh, which is opulent, which is obscene. But to me, that does not constitute an illegality, because at the end of the day, it still belongs to the government. And, for the TDP to throw stones at YSRCP is a bit rich. I mean, they're staying in a glass house. And they're also throwing stones because there's enough more which can come back at them.
Sanju Verma.
Yes, Suman Siraman made an interesting point. How do we know 500 crores has been spent? How do we know 33 crores was spent on inner fittings? How do we know 95 crores was spent on leveling of the land? Mr. Suman Siraman, you mentioned about Andhra Pradesh Tourism Development Corporation, and AP TDC has said that way back in 2021, they had given an estimate to Jagan Mohan Reddy that this opulence that he was talking about would cost the public exchequer 452 crore rupees. This is there in public documentation, in the public domain. 452 crore ka estimate diya gaya tha. He ended up splurging 500 crores. He has spent taxpayers' money.
What is the illegality? She is not understanding the question. What is the illegality you are alleging? Are you saying environment clearance not obtained, or sanctions where due process was not followed, bribes were paid? You have to establish something, right?
That will be investigated. That is what the government is saying. That here is a splurge. We are going to investigate it. Let Mr. Komareddy. Mr. Komareddy.
That will be investigated.
First investigate, then
That will
allege.
be investigated.
Mr.